The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Kate Middleton was out and about with a major new initiative, which we'll cover in the second half of the podcast. But let's start with the fun, gossipy stuff. The Mirror reports King Charles may be about to break his silence on Prince Harry as he prepares to do a landmark BBC interview, and we say, bring it on. Palace aides are less certain, and one insider said plans are already up and running for coronation coverage at the BBC, including the profile on the monarch. It is not the done thing to avoid subjects in interviews, so it makes matters tricky. Speculation is that the BBC would use veteran broadcaster Jonathan Dimbleby, a long-term friend of Charles, to conduct the interview. The insider adds, even one small comment on Harry and Meghan would make worldwide news. It could also prompt a response from Harry, which would be unpredictable. Like so much, everything is very delicate. ITV would also like some time with the King, but given that they are on Team Harry following Tom Bradby's interview with the Spare, it seems unlikely. TV's Lorraine thinks Charles shouldn't do it, telling the Daily Mirror's Russell Myers, please don't, no, take the high ground. Russell replied, of course we would all want to hear from him. He gave an eloquent speech just when he was taking over the top job, talking about unity, togetherness. I'm sure he would want to convey those sorts of messages. However, it's all getting a bit soap opera-y. Lorraine agreed. You know full well he could go and do that interview with Jonathan. Then there would be one question about Prince Harry, and that would dominate the whole thing. So no, do not do it. Step away from the situation, Your Majesty. James May, formerly of Top Gear, commented on his showmate Jeremy Clarkson's recent comments on Meghan Markle. He told BBC4, I think he did say something like, all people my age think the same way. Well, I'd like to go on record and say I don't. I'm only a few years younger than him. I wouldn't have written that. I think it sounds a little bit too creepy, but I'm also very much in favour of free speech and allowing the haters to hate so we can see what they have to say. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Thanks to Wanda LFC for this 5-star review on Apple. She says, gets to the heart of the day's royal news. With saturation of the market with tawdry stories about the unbalanced spare and mate, I find myself drawn to this succinct, honest summary of what's being told by more verbose, attention-seeking sources. Thanks for honesty and brevity. Thanks, Wanda. You can also leave a review on the iTunes app or go up to where all those stars there and hit 5 stars if you really like the show. Things have been so busy with Harry's book that we haven't been able to tell you how wonderful Kate is. Well, she was touring the Leeds markets when a man asked for a selfie. The man was nervous. Royal reporter Cameron Walker tweeted, the Princess of Wales very sweetly calms a man's nerves when he asked her for a selfie at Leeds markets. Kate said, we all get nervous. Wonderful. She must have been looking wonderful as well. As Kate walked through the Kirkgate market, one person in the crowd did a wolf whistle. The future Queen ignored it. Kate and William also recently spent some time volunteering at a food bank, the Windsor Food Share. There were no catcalls. The Mirror tells us the royals learnt about the support that the organisation offers to those in the local area. The couple then helped package food parcels for individuals and families using the service which they described as vital. Kate said, this really is a wonderful place for bringing people together. In a tweet, the couple said, wonderful to spend some time with volunteers at Windsor Food Share this morning. The donations and food packages make such a difference to those in the local area who need them. Hope we were more of a help than a hindrance when it came to the packing. Wonderful. But let's hear from Kate herself via a statement released through the Royal Foundation for Early Childhood.
Our early childhood, the time from pregnancy to the age of 5, fundamentally shapes the rest of our lives. But as a society, we currently spend much more of our time and energy on later life. Today, the Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood is launching a new campaign, Shaping Us, to raise awareness of the life-changing impact we can have when we build a supportive, nurturing world around children and those who care for them. Because by focusing our collective time, energy and resources on these most preventative years, we can make a huge difference to the physical and mental health and happiness of generations to come.
The Shaping Us campaign launches as the Center for Early Childhood released new data showing around 1 in 3 adults report knowing just a little or nothing about how children develop in their early childhood. And the Wales Family Account shared, "Our earliest years shape the rest of our lives. From pregnancy to the age of 5, the world around us, the people we meet, and the experiences we have are all #shaping us." This is all a major initiative for Kate, a spokesman said. "The princess really wants Shaping Us to bring about societal change and a change in the way we think about and see the importance of early years. This will be her life's work and be a golden thread for the rest of her working life." Kate wore a red outfit to the gala. She was described as dazzling and said, "And it is when we learn to understand ourselves, understand others, and understand the world in which we live. This is why it is essential to not only understand the unique importance of our earlier years, but to know what we can all do to help raise future generations of happy, healthy adults." Shaping Us is a long-term campaign, and we're starting by highlighting how we develop during early childhood and why these years matter so much in terms of shaping who we become. As the campaign progresses, we will explore in more depth the importance of a child's social and emotional world, the significance of relationships in shaping a child's understanding of themselves and the world in which they live, and also the impact of the surrounding and experiences a child is exposed to during these formative years. Together, these play a key role in shaping our future lives, yet they rarely get as much focus as our physical health and cognitive development. And of course, by understanding our own childhoods, what has shaped our own beliefs, relationships, behaviors, and feelings, we as adults are better placed to play our part in positively shaping future generations. Those involved in raising children today need the very best information and support in helping to achieve this mission. And this campaign helps to do that too. I want to say a huge and heartfelt thank you to so many of you in this room for your ongoing work in this area. Thank you for your years of dedication and your unfailing determination to advocate for and improve the lives of the youngest members of our society. And thank you to many of you here this evening for your personal support to me in helping me develop my thinking and work on this issue over the years. As we've been doing this podcast for a few years now, expect Harry and Meghan to announce something to take the attention back. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your favorite shows. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.
Did you hear about the border collie who recycles trash when he's out on his walks? Or how about the bear that stole someone's Chick-fil-A, but good news, left the salad behind? Hi, I'm Johnny Mac, host of 5 Good News Stories. Don't worry, I have stories about humans too, like there's a woman who makes a living because she looks like Jim Carrey. It's my podcast. It's 5 Good News Stories. 5 Good News Stories. The number 5 Good News Stories. Twice a week. 5 Good News Stories. Oh, and Shamrock Shakes are back too. Good news. 5 Good News Stories, wherever you get your shows.